So I'm doing some shaky cam video of the Star Explorer. So I've got this taken apart. I'm doing a head-to-toe rebuild of this, but it was working, quote unquote working, when I got it, but it just needs a lot of TLC. Pop bumpers were slow to respond. I got underneath the play field is just oxidation, not rust, but you know, aluminum oxidation everywhere, dirt daubers. I got all the pop bumpers working great now. I've just been playing with them, cleaning them, cleaning contacts, working the mechanism. I've got one slingshot working real good. This one right here, I just need to keep working with. It works, but it's not making good contact. So I'm gonna turn this on and show you how the pop bumpers look. So I'll start a game and I'll kind of show you so we can get out of these. So that was the end of the game. You saw the pop bumpers go fairly well. There's still some exercising of the mechanism that needs to take place. I got to change out some lights. I'm going all LED. I've already ordered the LED lights. If you notice, both flippers were working on this one mechanism. There's nothing on this other side. It's missing a flipper assembly on the right side. I ordered another one today, so when that comes in, I'll hook this one up independently. I got new buttons coming, but it works. It's coming along. So just a quick video. I'm working on the Star Explorer, so I'm plugged in down there in that rat's nest. But what you can see is the power comes up from our service plug, and I diverted this down through here, and then it comes up so that it can set down in the bottom, and I've gone to a DC power supply, kind of standard arcade power supply, and I've split that wire, tied it in here, and come back out. And the reason is because, as I had mentioned before, both of these flippers are connected to one solenoid. Well, I don't want that. I'm adding a second one so that I can operate these independently. That's probably the one drawback of this pinball machine, the way it was made, but it's a simple solution. So I need 24 volts, and I don't want to tie into the existing power supply because I don't want to tax that. I'm sure it was engineered for just what it needs. This is a cheap solution, 20 bucks, quick to tie in, and I'll be able to run my second flipper assembly off of that and not worry about interfering with the power that is needed and or being produced by the main power supply. As far as the main game and board is concerned, it won't even know that this power supply exists. I've already tested it. I'm getting 24 volts. I don't have to make any adjustments. It's ready to go. When my flipper assembly comes in tomorrow, I'll connect it to the bottom of the play field and into this power supply, and it'll be ready to use. For the next stage of this, I'm going to show you that I've replaced all the playfield lights with LEDs. Those so far are all regular LEDs, and these two are flashers. And then I added 2 flashers on the back box. So I'll show you what they look like once I get everything put back together. Okay. So the top of this doesn't look any different. It's the same flipper, but on the bottom I got my second flipper assembly installed. So it's coming off of a secondary power supply, which you can see sitting down there, because I didn't want to tie into the existing power. I've got my button wired there. And when I hit that, it goes. So I'm going to button this up and show you what the lights look like. Alright, I'm not going to bother with hooking the tripod up. I just want to show you that the game is on. There's the new LEDs, 2 flashing in the back box or back glass. 2 of the pop bumper lights are flashing. I could have bought more flashers, but this is the original design of the game, with 2 of the bumpers flashing and 2 of the bumpers on all the time. Lights there, lights here, and I'll show you that now, unlike the way this game was originally designed, each flipper operates independently. Okay, so I've got the pinball machine propped up on a arcade stool or bar stool. I've got one leg off. What I'm going to do is change out all 4 legs using this bar stool method. I'm going to put new feet on the legs and new bolts on all the corners. Alright, so I'm out in a little area behind my shop where I usually paint trim, but I've got all the trim straightened out. I primed it last night. I'm about to sand it and then put the first coat of paint on it. Installing the custom trim around the bottom, just like I did on my Elvis. Then I'm going to put the new glass on and put the top trim on, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's completely finished. Okay, so here's the finished product. I've got it in between my Elvis and my virtual pin. But you can see the black trim, how the buttons turned out, the legs, this bottom trim I showed earlier. So everything's finished, and then for right now I have all my pins on switches. Everything's on the same circuit, but I don't have anything to turn everything on at once, and I probably wouldn't want to turn everything on at once in this setup. So I'll flip this and that'll turn the pin on. And you can see we've got all our LED lights, our redone trim, new bolts, new feet, hit this button. That resets us. And ready to play a game. I'm just going to let the ball drain.